So let's see another problem, which is question number 4 in this series, question number 4, and this is about finding the centroid of this geometry. Now in this problem, remember these two areas means the circle is taken out from the square geometry that we have, and this triangle part is also taken out from the geometry. Okay, so this is what we have the problem, and let's not take down the dimensions. So this side is 60 and this entire height is also 60. It's a square, and then the taken out area, this semicircle has a diameter of 30. This taken out triangle had a height of 30 in y direction and had altitude in x direction of 40. So this is the geometry. Now we can see here we have a semicircle and a triangle being taken out from a square of dimension 60 into 60. Let's take it in as a so this is our problem. So first we need to draw the reference axis. So reference axis is the extreme side. So pardon me. So extreme axis I'll be only drawing like this. So this is my y direction, and again this is going to be my y direction, and this is my x direction starting from axis. So we have successfully drawn our reference axis. Now how many areas do we have? We have 3 areas. First area is my biggest one, which is a square of side 60 into 60. Then my second area is this semicircle, and then this third area is this triangle, which are these two areas are being taken out from the bigger square. So let's make the table. How many geometries? 3. So number of rows will be 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, so we have this geometry, then we have this area, so square, we have xi in and yi in Now remember, we need to find both xi and yi, because none of the geometry, this entire geometry is not symmetric about any axis, either x or y. So we have geometries 1, 2, 3. Let's fill the values. Area of geometry 1 is a square area, which is a square of side 60 in square. So this area is 3600 square. Now area of second geometry, which is a semicircle, is pi by 2 r square. So if diameter is 30, radius will be 15. So pi into 15 square by 2, which will give us 225. So 215 square into shift pi divided by 2, which is 353.43. So 353.43 square. And the third area is a triangle of height 30 and base 40. So area of the triangle is half into base into height, which is half into 40 into 30. So 600 square is the area. Now x1. Centroid, location of the centroid for the square. In x direction, it is definitely lying at the half of the distance. So which means 60 by 2 is equal to 30. Y bar similarly, in contact with the axis, half of the distance, which is 60 by 2 is equal to 30. Now for geometry 2, remember, there are other ways. You can either find this distance, but this is going to be a lengthy process. What I suggest you, listen, you have the formula to find out the distance from the flat side. This is the flat side for this geometry. So this value from this side is going to be 4r by 3 pi. So 4r by 3 pi is this. And if this entire length is 60, then from this point the distance is 60 minus 4r by 3 pi. So 60 minus, putting the values, 60 minus 4 into radius is 15 by 3 pi will give you a value of 60 minus 60 divided by 3 pi. It is 53.63. So 53.63. So 53.63. For area 3, it is in contact, no problem. And we know that from the base, it is 1/3 the height. So height is 40. In x direction, the length is 40. So 40 by 3, so 3, which is 13.33. Let's find out y2 for this. So here we can see if this dimension is 30, this dimension is 30. For D, in this scenario, the centroid lies at the radius. The radius is 15. So entire distance is 15 plus 30, which is, so 15 plus 30 is 45. For geometry 3, remember it is the height again. From base, it is 1/3 the height. Height is 30. So 30 by 3 is equal to 10. Now let's put the values in the formula. X bar is equal to A1 x1 minus of A2 x2 minus of A3 x3, because these areas are being subtracted from the geometry, remember. So A1 minus A2 minus A3, putting the values, 3600 into 30 minus of 353.43 into 53.63 and minus of 600 into 13.33 divided by 3600 minus 353.43 minus of 600. And similarly, y bar can be found out by replacing the values of x1, y1 and x1, x2, x3 by y1, y2, y3. So I'm not going to write down the formula. Let's take the values directly from the table. 3600, y1 is 30, minus of 353.43 and y2 is 45, and then minus of 600, and y3 is 10 divided by 3600 minus of 353.43 and minus of 600. So calculate, try to find out the value by yourself, and we'll see the answers in the next video. So before looking at the next video, please solve it by yourself. Try to find out whether your answers are right or not. Try to increase your calculation capabilities, and see you guys in the next video. Okay, thank you.